All right. Well, today is either yesterday or today, somewhere in there. Everybody started talking about let's disband the police. Okay. Well, I'm fine packing this around with me all day. My Smith & Wesson Model 17-3 22LR. You know, I could pack this around with me all day, get a concealed carry permit. I still need to do that, but I could pack this around all day, have no problems. And I might even do that. Although I'm looking more for a CZ75 SP01. But, you know, I get my concealed carry permit. I carry this around all day long, no problem. For self-defense, concealed carry, or carry in general. You know, I'm fine with that. Let me get it back in the holster here. I'm fine with the idea of carrying a handgun. I want to carry a handgun, and I'll get to it too eventually. But yeah, carrying a handgun, that's all right. That's okay. I'm fine with that. But if the police get disbanded and we enter into a world without rule or law, going to end up having to carry this outfit with me everywhere. My M1A and my AR-15. Now, I love my M1A and AR-15. Love them to death. Great rifles. Great weapon systems. But I really don't want to have to carry this with me everywhere I go if the police get disbanded. See what I'm saying here? Police get disbanded, I end up having to become my own policeman. I mean, would I like to be able to openly, publicly carry a rifle? Yeah. And I think in some places you can. The police get disbanded. If the police get disbanded, eventually, I mean, I could have my M1A on me at all times. Same with my AR-15 and my M1200 shotgun. A few of my other long guns I've got. I could have them on me, and I could, protect myself for as long as I could. But in a world without rule or law, where there is no order or law, eventually it wouldn't matter, because it would come. A point would come to where it wouldn't matter how many guns I've got. Eventually, I'm going to get overran by thugs and criminals, and me having my M1A isn't going to make a difference, because that's what will happen. Because it'd be world without rule or law. There wouldn't be no consequences. Basically, just like a Mad Max movie, and everybody in 10 states is going to be out doing whatever the hell they want, because there's going to be no order. And when it gets, if it were to get that bad, it don't matter how many guns or ammo you got, because if they find you, or if you're in a place where you're bogged down, eventually they're going to get you. So, it'd be much better to have the popo. Without the popo, you're yo-yo. You're on your own. And really, you should be, have means to defend yourself anyway. Handguns, firearms in general. You shouldn't need to rely on the police to come bail you out and say, like a home invasion or somebody breaking into your house. You should be able to defend yourself and have, the Second Amendment's there for that, to defend yourself from whoever it may be. Protect yourself. Button WROL. Eventually, it's just anybody. It's who shoots first. Eventually, There'd be no order, no safe places to go. Society would just break down. And nobody wants that. I don't want that. And I'm sure my viewers don't want that. So that's my message, my takeaway. Just a little food for thought on the situation. But without the police or some kind of entity, police, law enforcement, military, to maintain societal order, there will be nowhere to go eventually. Eventually. Because it'll eventually break down to the point where it just wouldn't be good for anybody. And that is my piece this evening here. I've not made a video recently, simply because I've been up to my eyeballs and other things, yard work, and I've just had my plate full the past couple days. So I figured I'd do my piece, because I've been sitting back like many other people, just watching in utter disbelief at the amount of lawlessness that has occurred over the past couple past couple days. About said years. I'm wore out. But when they started coming out saying we need to defund the police and get rid of them, I'm starting to think that's not too bright. It's not a wise route to follow, not a good path to try and walk down, because all that leads to is more of what we've been seeing the past couple weeks, but it never comes to an end with the rioting and violence and looting, although without police that would eventually bleed over into murder and wide-scale violence and killing, and at that point it'd just be, if you're able to get out of Dodge quick enough, you're the winner, because anybody who stays behind gets fried. Anyway, this has been Pliskin by 51mm. I've got more videos planned. My schedule should be, after tomorrow, opening up a little bit with less things to do. And I'm working on the M1A video. I need to write down more notes. First part of it, I'm going to just cover the barrel and the ammo. You know, what you can do ammo-wise to get it accurate, to get it shooting good. The ammo the M1A likes mostly. And I'll go from there. I'll see you guys all in the next video.